Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today I am hearing the singer Paolo Nutini for the first time, so we're starting with the song Iron Sky. Here we go.
We are proud individuals living for the city, but the flame couldn't go much higher. We find and religions to paint us with salvation, but nobody can give you the power to rise over love, over through this iron sky that's fast becoming our mind, over free earth and into freedom. Oh, that light left dripping down the wall of a dream that
Goodness, what a voice. At first I would have described it as very smooth. He uses a lot of airflow to create those velvety textures that I love so much, but as we heard later on, there is quite a bit of grit in his sound. We're going back. I guess I don't know what I was anticipating when it says Abbey Road live session, so maybe my problem is I just always associate Abbey Road with the Beatles, so my mind sort of went to a very different style of music. Obviously, I know recording studios host a lot of different kinds of artists, but I think that maybe, I don't know, that's not, having not heard this gentleman before and not knowing anything about his music, I guess I just didn't know what I was getting myself into. So here we go.
we are proud individuals.
Isn't that fascinating? It's so smooth when he sings individuals, but the way he's pronouncing the word, the timing, with this particular kind of articulation, there's this gorgeous delay. Let me play that one more time.
Individuals.
And obviously, the reverb is helping to sort of sustain stuff, but it's so smooth, and yet he's adding a really cool percussive quality.
Living for the city, but the flame couldn't go much higher. We find God and religions to paint us with salvation, but
actually, let me back it up even more. You'll notice his jaw pulls forward, especially in moments of texture. Now, we're only a minute in, so I don't know how things are going to progress, but I've talked about like when the jaw pulls forward, it's a sign of tension, but that's not a bad thing. You know, for my own singing and my technique, I try to eliminate that pull forward, but that's because, you know, I've got a history of doing that and it didn't always benefit me. But some singers utilize tension to create sound. And I think this is a really beautiful example of that, because there was a moment when it seemed like his jaw sort of settled into a more neutral position and we didn't get that texture. So I'm going to see if I can point that out.
The power to rise over love, over hate. Through this iron sky, this fast becoming all mine. Over free earth and into freedom.
That last, what did he say? It was an E sound, but you could hear the color shift in his tone. It's a completely different color. We'll see what happens later on. I just found that interesting that was the first moment I really noticed his jaw settle back.
Dripping down the wall of a dream that cannot breathe in its harsh reality. Mass confusion, spoon-fed to the blind, serves now to define our cold society from which we'll rise.
That the texture is consistent, but I feel as though it's not dominating the song or his vocals. For me, I think it really is like the timing of the text that is drawing me in the most. I mean, he does have that beautiful, warm, velvety tone as well, but the texture, when it comes in, I feel like it's intentional. It's brief as well. It doesn't always last the entirety of a phrase or a line. And so it just gives a lot of nuance to the performance as a whole. Oh my gosh, we're not even halfway. Okay, I'm gonna try and be quiet.
You just got to hold on.
I lied. What a beautiful head voice. And I love the clarity. So that, in contrast with everything we've heard before, it's just stunning.
Those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Let us use this power, let us all unite.
And we'll rise
That last one was so much lower than what we heard previously. I want to look really quick. I mean, I'm hearing definite like soul, R&B, maybe some funk, but I'm curious if that's just this song, if that's sort of how he's defined as an artist. It's not really giving me anything super fast, just that he is Scottish and a singer-songwriter. So I'll have to do a little more research, but let me play that back one more time.
Rain on me.
I feel like I've been listening to a lot of singers lately who incorporate texture but do so tactfully. In some cases sparingly, but always intentionally, and I really like that. Not that like texture isn't a bad thing, but I think it's really exciting when artists use it as a tool and not an expectation. I think what I mean by that is, you know, for some singers, some artists, they have established an expectation that they will always sing with texture. And some people like that, some people don't, you know, to each their own. But I think when you use it as a tool, and sometimes it comes as a surprise, or sometimes the texture shifts, it makes your ear sort of perk up. And I love that. I love that instead of relying on texture to add something to a performance throughout the entirety of a song, like to find your moments, no different than when you're writing a song. Like, you don't want, most songs don't stay in the rafters, you know, there's variation in melody so that you hear different registers and get to enjoy more than, you know, a small part of a singer's range. And so in the same way, when we're incorporating different sounds and tools, it's nice when those aren't persistent throughout the entirety of a piece and you get to hear them scattered in. Hopefully that makes sense. I haven't heard him before, so I need to do a little more research. I think I'm gonna say, like, I'm hearing mostly like soul singer, so that I feel like if I went to Spotify or, you know, made a playlist or something like that, he would pop up. So regardless, thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.